All right, folks, welcome to this segment on the channel. Okay, let's stop pretending. We're getting ready to talk about this Caitlin Clark and this Angel Reese situation. After that hard foul incident, people damn nearly blew up a gasket. So what if Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark? She don't have to like her. These two women battled each other in college. Michael Jordan didn't like Isaiah Thomas. Does that make Jordan racist against Isaiah? No. They just didn't like each other because the way they competed against each other. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese went at each other like competitors. And there's nothing wrong with that. So when the racial issue come involved, it's usually the outside people bringing up all that stuff. They always have to put labels on it. The media, especially the media, they have to put labels on it. They label certain athletes, some thugs, some too emotional, some smart, some play hard, some from the old school, hard working. But that's what the weak-minded people in the media do, folks. So what if Angel Reese doesn't like her? I don't know if she does or don't. But if she don't like Clark, I understand it. She don't have to like this woman. Do you guys understand that? And let me tell you something, folks. This criticism of Miss Clark is not about her being white. If it was about her being white, how come Sue Bird didn't experience this? Okay? How come Diana Taurasi, Brianna Stewart, okay, they didn't experience this? This is a personal thing with Caitlin Clark. And the reason why it's personal is because of the outside forces have made it personal. A lot of these women do not like her because they feel she got attention before she earned it. That happens all the time. When Michael Jordan first came to the league, there was players who didn't like him because they thought he was given a certain status before he earned it. Then he earned it. But this is the same playbook in terms of framing stuff as a racial issue. The powers that be want us divided. And a lot of these people out here, a lot of you citizens, a lot of you people on the right, you guys fall for it. You guys fall for this. ESPN, you eat it up. You know you eat this up. You just loop the clips all the time. See, both of these players, they work hard. They have two different games. Is Caitlin Clark's game more entertaining? Yes, her game is more entertaining. But that doesn't mean Angel Reese doesn't work hard. And I see a lot of you guys showing these clips of her missing balls, not getting rebounds, calling her rebounds, me-bounds. I don't understand it. Why do you do this? Because you want to pit women against each other for no reason. Black and white, all the time. Y'all didn't say nothing. Larry Bird ain't never liked Bill Laimbeer. And these are two white men. What are you going to call that? Bill Laimbeer didn't like Larry Bird. They didn't like each other because the way they competed against each other. That's normal, people. What Angel Reese, however she feels about Caitlin Clark, is normal. They battled each other in college. And let me say this, folks. All this stuff started when they were in college. Angel Reese LSU team beat Caitlin Clark's Iowa team. Everybody know the champion goes to the White House. But when Jill Biden invited to Iowa and Caitlin Clark, after that amazing game they had in college, it felt like Miss Clark was getting special treatment. Maybe Jill didn't understand this. I don't know her knowledge about sports. Maybe she didn't understand the losers do not get invited to the White House. But Caitlin Clark got invited to the White House. This is where it all started. It looked like she was getting special treatment. Is Caitlin Clark a great player? Yes, she is. And she has an exciting game. Her game is very exciting. It comes all across on TV. Now, I haven't watched the WNBA for years. I used to watch the Houston Comets all the time, Cynthia Cooper, all of them, even USC, Cheryl Miller. But I had stopped watching the women for a while. Now it's got back into it because of both of these women. And we know when the media is involved, the black athletes get treated differently. This has always been the narrative. A certain specific group, when they tough, it gets called attitude. When they have confidence, it gets called arrogance. When the other group is competitive, they frame it leadership. This is something the media has been doing forever. Now, did Caitlin Clark walk into the NBA with special treatment? Yes, because she brought eyeballs that was different from the fan base before. This is similar to what happened with Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods came on the scene, he went through a few racial things in the beginning. Some of the golfers didn't like it, but then once they started seeing those numbers and all of a sudden they start getting paid money, their wives saying, man, y'all better treat Tiger better. This man is putting more money in our pocket. And I believe this eventually what would happen with the WNBA players. That's what make the golfers special, because they seen Tiger. They didn't really want Tiger out there. But then they seen how much more money they was making with Tiger on the tour. It was like, hell yeah. All those racial incidents, all that Tiger bashing, it all went away. And that's what's happening with Caitlin Clark. You guys are already being treated better. This is the same thing when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came into the league. The league had been around, but Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, those two players took the league to another level. Did other players criticize them? Did other players did not like them? Of course. That's normal in sports. But what happened was they all ended up making more money. So that competitive nature kicked in first. That's why I understand Angel Reese. I don't know how she feel about Caitlin Clark, but if she doesn't like her, so what? She don't have to like her. She's competing against this woman. They have a long career. They're going to be competing against each other for the next 10 years. They don't have to like each other. But why are you guys making this a racial thing? Just because these two women don't like each other. You've seen what Tiger Woods did for golf, and what Caitlin Clark is doing for the WNBA is good. Now, should this happen with the former players like a Lisa Leslie, a Tina Thompson, or Cheryl Swoops? Yes, it happened a little bit. They had a little bump back then, but the fan base kind of faded away a little bit. It had nothing to do with black or white. These people had championships and MVPs, blood, sweat, and tears, broken bones like any other athlete. Rebecca Lobo, these was all black and white players, and the racial issue never happened. That's why all this hate Caitlin Clark is taking has nothing to do with race. Like I said, if it was about race, all the other white players would have experienced it already too. She's the first player experiencing it because she's the first player bringing in a new fan base. It's the media who was calling her the great white hope. It's the media who was putting her on this level. Why, when Diana Taurasi criticized her, it didn't become a race thing. Diana Taurasi was the first one to criticize her. But when other black players criticize her, all of a sudden it's got to turn into a race war. And so hopefully this will elevate the WNBA, which it has. You guys are getting more money spent. Your salaries are going to start going up. And I understand Angel Reese because she feels like she's a part of this. But every movie has to have a bad guy and a good person, and that's okay, right? They did this back in the 1980s with the Notre Dame against Miami. They called it the Catholics against the convicts. So they always got to pin this good against bad. And we don't understand why they do it. White against black. They love doing this. And I don't get it. These women are just competing. Is it because they're women